Welcome to another review from the Four Corners of the Board with your host, Graeme Anderson. Hello everyone, this is Graeme Anderson from Four Corners of the Board. Today I'm going to be looking at a two-player game called Raptor. Now normally when I think of two-player games I think abstract strategy, but recently there have been a lot of two-player games that are being very thematic. So when I saw the theme of this game, dinosaurs versus scientists, that really got me intrigued. But it has to stack up to some excellent two-player games that have come out recently. And the kind of my high standard right now is Santorini. So, does Raptor live up to that standard? Let's get to the table to see how it's played, then we'll come back for my final thoughts. So here we have Raptor all set up. Now the first thing you're going to be doing is going to be laying out these 6 tiles in any orientation you want, just as long as they're all on the same side. There are kind of 2 environments to play with. One is a kind of a desert theme, the other one is like a forest theme. So once they're all set up, you're then going to be placing again these 4 corner pieces, again at random, and then you're going to be placing these little rock symbols wherever there's a rock symbol on the cards. Now these will just a visual representation so you can kind of see what views are blocked. Next, the person who's playing the Raptor will place the mother Raptor on one of the 2 central squares and the other 5 baby Raptors on the other 5 squares around it. Lastly, the person who's playing the scientist will place 4 of their scientists on these 4 little corner boards. Now the goal of the game is going to be different for both sides. The Raptor player will win if they can kill off with using their mother Raptor. If they can kill off 4 of the scientists, or all the scientists I should say that are on the board, they'll win. Or if they can get 3 of their baby Raptors off of the board by getting into these corner spots here. Then when they come off the board, you just place them there, so if the mother Raptor can get 3 off, that's good. The scientists will win if they can capture 3 of the baby scientists, or they can make the mother Raptor go to sleep by hitting them with all 5 of their tokens here. So how does this game actually work now that it's all set up? Well, each player has their own set of cards, and they're all numbered, they're 1 through 9, and each card will have a special action here and then a action number here. So each person starts with 3 cards, and I'll just kind of draw them at random. And at the beginning of the round, each player will take a card from their hand, and simultaneously they'll reveal it. So here we have a 5, and here we have an 8. Now the way this resolves now is whoever has the lowest card, so in this case the 5, they will get to perform the special action of their card, this top right hand corner here. And luckily, all the special actions are detailed on your little player board here, so you know exactly what this card will do. So this card allows them to play out 2 fire tokens, so they will, let's say, place one here and here. Now the Raptor player played an 8 card, so they do not get to perform the special action, but they get actions equal to the difference between the 2 cards. So here we have 5 and 8, so the Raptor player can take 3 actions. Now with those actions, they can move the little baby dinosaur 1 spot for an action. They can move their mother Raptor in an orthogonal line up to where they hit an obstacle. So I can move all the way up to here. For another action, I can kill the scientist. That would come off the board. If my little baby dinosaur was ever asleep and I am adjacent to the dinosaur, for an action, I can wake up my baby Raptor. And that's going to be it. Oh, the last thing they can do is if they are beside a fire token, they can, for an action, they can get rid of one of the fire tokens. Now, let's say it was reversed. Let's say the scientists have played an 8 and the Raptor played a 5. Then the scientists would get 3 actions, and for their 3 actions, they can move to adjacent spot. If they are adjacent to a baby Raptor, they can put it to sleep. For another action, they can take the baby Raptor and capture it and place it on their board. Now, I should say that the same scientist cannot do more than 1 aggressive move per round. So putting a baby dinosaur to sleep is an aggressive action, so they could not pick up and capture this baby dinosaur at the same turn. They would have to wait until the next round to do it, by which time hopefully the mother Raptor will be able to come and wake it up. They can also shoot the mother Raptor as long as they have an unobstructed view between themselves and the mother Raptor. They can shoot it with one of the tranquilizer darts. In that case, you would just give the tranquilizer dart to the Raptor player, they would turn it over and add it to their their little cart here. If there's ever 5 on the Mother Raptor, it falls asleep and the scientists will win. Now, once the Mother Raptor has any of these tranquilizer tokens on them, it makes them more difficult to move, and they must spend the equal number of tokens that they have. They must spend that many action points to move. And basically, that's the entire game. Once you have played your card, you're going to discard it. You do not refill up your draw deck again until you have played the 1 card from your deck. So this card here. So this card again gives you a special action, including to shuffle all your discards back into your draw pile. So you could potentially run out of draw cards if you have the 1 in your hand and you're not going to play it. Anyway, the game will continue until one side wins, and again, the Mother Raptor will win if they can kill off all of the scientists that are currently on the board, or get 3 of their baby raptors out of the board by getting them to these corner spots, and the scientists will win if they can capture 3 baby raptors, or put the Mother Raptor to sleep by getting 5 of the tranquilizer tokens on them. So let's get back to the table to see what I thought about Raptor. So, where does Raptor fall for me? Has it reached the pinnacle of some of the other recent 2-player games? You know what? It just falls a little short for me. Now, Raptor is a good game, but for me, it's not a great game. There are many things in this game that I really enjoy. I like that they decided to put minis into the game. Now, the minis aren't the best quality, but you know what? There are minis in the game. And it makes line of sight a little easier because when they're asleep, you lay them down and people can see over the minis. That also includes the 3D rocks. Now, they are not miniatures, they're just little cardboard cutouts, but they bring some life to the table. And again, they help with a line of sight. So I like that they put some thought into how they use minis, not just threw minis in there for any reason. I also really enjoy the card play mechanism. I like that you only have 3 cards in your hand and it's random, and you have to try and outguess and outbluff your opponent. I like that you're only going to be using the card either for the special ability or for the difference in action points. And it's a very interesting call to do that. I also like that your discards are not automatically shuffled back into your draw pile. It's only when you play the 1 card that you get to shuffle them back in and create a new draw deck. So when to play that is crucial. And just the whole fact that you're trying to outguess your opponent. You know, are they going to be playing their special action cards, which tend to be high? And if they are, should I be playing my low cards to get a lot of action points? Or even the 1 card to get a lot of action points and shuffle my deck back in? So there's a lot of interesting decisions to be making. So why do I only give this a good and not a great rating? Well, it all comes down to replayability. Now, I know that the board is random each time you set up. You're playing on one side of the board or the other, and you can separate, put the tiles however you want. But it's still kind of limited. There's nothing really different on the tiles. It's just where the rocks are going to be placed. And you are drawing 3 random cards at the beginning of the game, and, it's a random draw every time, each round. But there's only 9 cards in your deck. I mean, there's not that much replayability to this. So I enjoyed my plays of this game, and it is a good game. But really, the replayability really lets it down. I wish there was kind of more different ways to play, or more cards that if you even set your own deck of 9 cards, you had a choice of 20 and you got to pick, maybe a points value or something like that. Or even change out, I had 2 different 9 cards, 2 different 8, and I can decide which ones I want to play with for the game. But there's not. There's really nothing bringing me back to the game, and that's why, for me, it just falls a little short. So, Raptor just misses the mark, but as always, thanks for watching. Thank you for watching another review from the Four Corners of the Board. Please like and subscribe to these videos. You can also follow us on social media, email us directly, or check out our website at fourcornersoftheboard.com.
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews, as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. You can also find other great shows at Dicetowernetwork.com. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc., where you can find great games for great prices. Cool stuff in stock. Check them out at CoolStuffInc.com.